done the correction also? Your papers, all the papers were corrected? You tell me. How was your test?
It was good.
It was good. It was okay, Vivian. What about you?
Yes, ma'am.
Written test after a long time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How was it?
Ma'am, it was fine.
It was fine. It was not that much fine for everyone, right? Anyway, so let us begin. No, this is a new beginning, right? Or you can say that this is a very good beginning. This time we are starting term 1 portions. Okay, term 1 examination is over. Term 2 portions we are starting here. And the first one under term 1 is this topic is very familiar and it is quite interesting also. And this one is kinds of sentences. We are going to start sentences. Okay, how to identify sentences and all. No, I know that you are all familiar with the 4 kinds of sentences, isn't it, children? Are you all familiar with sentences? Let me ask you. I know, ma'am, I can write. My name is Anju Vimanan. I'm 35 years old. I'm from North Parur. Right? These are also a part of sentence, right? So, before we learn about or something that we learn about sentences, we should know what are the types and what are the kinds of sentences. Okay, so let us start from sentences. The term sentence. You tell me what is a sentence. Can anyone define a sentence? What is a sentence? Ihan? Define a sentence. Vivian?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, but
Sanaika?
Yes, ma'am. The sentence are
The sentence is or
consist of a subject and the object, and
it has a subject. You are speaking about the components, right? We have a sentence. A sentence can be, or you must have a subject of a sentence, and you should have a predicate part of a sentence. Okay, and in the predicate part, why a predicate is called a predicate, children? Because normally a predicate is starting with a verb. Okay, so you can see a finite verb or a very important verb in a sentence in the part of a predicate. So sentence is a group of words, right? It is well arranged group of words and which has a meaning, which convey a meaning to us, right? If somebody say, I am coming from North Parur, that idea is very clear, right? You know that this person, okay, she lives at North Parur and she is from that particular place, right? So it conveys or it gives us a very good idea. So sentence, it has 2 components, the first one is a sentence, it has a subject. Who is the subject, children? You're very familiar because the subject is a doer of an action. Here, Rahul is cleaning his table. So there, Rahul, the person, is doing an action and that doer is said to be the subject. Normally, most of the sentences are normally or usually it is starting with the subject, right? And there, after the subject, we can separate. Once we remove the subject, the rest of the part is said to be the predicate part of a sentence. And in the predicate part, you can see a finite verb. Normally, the predicate part is starting with the, once we remove the subject, what does it begin with? After a subject, it is normally starting with the verb. Okay, with the verb, we are labeling a predicate part in a sentence. Am I clear? So we have 4 kinds of sentences and 3 types of sentences. Okay, we can label sentences into 2 different ways. The first one is said to be the types of sentences. We need to learn about 3 types of sentences and we need to learn about 4 kinds of sentences. Okay, so I'm repeating 3 types of sentences and 4 kinds of sentences. Let me draw a picture for you. Look at here. You can write a heading before starting the class today. Let me draw a table for you. Everyone, please write this sentence. This we can label into 3. Okay. First type, and these are called types of sentences. Okay. These are known as types of sentences. Okay. And these types of sentences can be divided into 3. Okay. First one is simple sentence. What is it? First one?
Simple sentence.
First one? Children, what is first one?
Simple sentence.
I cannot hear you.
Simple
Simple
sentence.
sentence.
Audio problem. Okay. Second one, complex sentence. Second one is complex sentence. And the third one is compound sentence. And the third one is compound sentence. So we have three types of sentences. What are they, children? We have three types of sentences. The three types of sentences are simple sentence. Second one,
Complex
complex
sentence.
sentence.
And
Third
compound
one,
sentence.
compound sentence. Okay. And here we can divide the sentence structure into another four category. We are going to divide the simple sentence into four kinds. Okay. Simple sentences are, or we can label it as kinds of sentences. We are going to divide the first one, the simple sentence, into kinds of sentence. 4. Next major heading, these are the kinds of sentence. What are the kinds of sentence, children? The first one is declarative sentence. I request everyone to note this. First one is, can you hear me, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the first one is declarative sentence. Second one is imperative sentence. Third one is interrogative sentence.
Then
And the fourth one is
exclamatory sentence.
exclamatory sentence. These are the four kinds of sentences, and these four kinds are coming under the first type of sentence called simple sentence. Am I clear? So we have sentence here, and the sentence can be divided into two major types of sentences and kinds of sentences. Okay, and there are three types of sentences: simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. And the first type, simple sentence, can be again, or we can further divide the simple sentence into four subdivisions: declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. We have these four kinds of sentence, and that is coming under the first type. Okay, let me repeat. The first one is declarative sentence. Second one is imperative sentence. Third one is interrogative. Check the spelling also, interrogative sentence. And the last one is exclamatory sentence. Okay, three types. What are the three types, Ian Fatima? What are the three types of sentences?
Simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence.
Compound sentence. And the first type of sentence called simple sentence can be divided into four kinds. What are the four kinds, Adidev? What are the four kinds of sentences coming under the first type called simple sentence?
Declarative, imperative, interrogative,
exclamatory sentences are the four kinds of sentences coming under the first type called simple sentence. Okay, so my question, what are the special feature, or you can tell me the features of a simple sentence? Why a simple sentence is known as simple in form? Why it is known as simple sentence? All these four kinds of sentences, these four kinds, it has its own peculiarity and some kind of sameness also. That is why it is coming under the simple sentence. What are the special feature of a simple sentence? Remember, children, all these four kinds of sentences are coming under the first type of simple sentence, and this simple sentence consists of only one subject, only one predicate, and the predicate part contains only one finite verb. I request everybody to note all the 4 kinds of sentences. You can see that these sentences are the sentences with one subject, one predicate, and with a finite verb, one single finite verb. Okay, please note it. So declarative sentence, you can see only one subject in a declarative sentence, one predicate in a declarative sentence, and one finite verb in it. In an interrogative sentence also, only one subject, only one predicate, only one finite verb. Imperative sentence also, you can see only one subject, one predicate, and one finite verb. And when you consider exclamatory sentence also, you can see only one subject in it, one predicate in it, and one finite verb in it. That is why all these 4 kinds of sentences are coming under the first type of sentence called simple sentence. Okay, why a simple sentence is known as simple, Savio? Why it is called simple? Because it has a simple structure, right? Because it has a simple structure. The sentence consists of one subject, one predicate, one finite verb. Sandra, tell me why a simple sentence is known as simple, Sandra?
Ma'am, it has
It
simple
consists of
structure. Simple structure.
one subject,
One predicate.
one predicate, one finite verb. What is it, Michelle? Why it is called simple?
Because it has a simple feature and it contains one subject, one predicate, and one finite verb.
Very good. Heron, why a simple sentence is called a simple sentence?
Because it consists of one subject, one predicate, and one finite verb.
Okay, it has one subject, one predicate, and it has only one finite verb. Isn't it, Adi Ishwar? Adi Ishwar, why a simple sentence is called simple?
It consists one.
It consists.
Yes, ma'am. One.
No problem. Continue. It consists of one subject,
One predicate, and one finite verb.
very good. One subject, one predicate, and it has only one finite verb in it. Okay, that is why it is called a simple sentence. Okay, now let us take the first one, declarative sentence, in detail. You are all familiar with the declarative sentence, right? These declarative sentences are, it has a form. Remember, declarative sentence is also known as assertive sentence. I do request everybody to note, declarative sentence is also known as assertive sentence. Assertive. Declarative sentence is also known as assertive sentence. ASSERTIV. And this declarative sentence, it has a sentence structure. When you write or when you frame a sentence, if it is a declarative sentence, remember, declarative sentence, it is also known as a statement sentence. Declarative. Declarative sentence is also known as a statement sentence because all the sentences are in the form of a statement. Okay, we can make positive and negative statement with the help of declarative sentences. So the structure of a declarative sentence is S plus V plus O. S stands for subject, V for verb,
Verb.
O for object. This is the
O for
structure of a
object.
statement sentence, or this is the structure of a declarative sentence. Okay, so you should begin your declarative sentence with the subject. After the subject, give a verb. Then after a verb, you can give actually an object in your sentence. Suppose if your sentence is, I am a teacher. Okay, this is my sentence. I am a teacher. This is a simple sentence because the simple sentence consists of only one subject I, only one verb am, and only one predicate part called am a teacher, right? Here, this is actually coming under a simple sentence because I, only one subject, Am a teacher is only one predicate part, and am is the finite verb which shows the tense form. Am shows that the sentence is an example for a simple present tense, isn't it? Yes or
ma'am.
no? So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
one is a simple sentence, and this one is a statement sentence because it has a structure. The sentence is starting with the subject, and you can see a verb after that, and you can see an object after am, the verb, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so simple sentence, children. Remember, a simple sentence consists
Yes,
of
ma'am.
one subject, one predicate, and with one finite verb. You are all familiar with the finite verb because this finite verb, it helps us to identify the tense form. Okay, so now let us see the next slide. 1 second, children. So now we have another one. I said the simple sentences can be divided, or it can be, we can divide the simple sentence into 4 kinds. Okay, the first type simple sentence can be divided into 4 kinds. The first one is declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory sentence. Okay, so the structure, this first one, declarative sentence, this is also known as assertive sentence. Okay, assertive sentence, and also we can call it as a statement sentence because the structure of a declarative sentence is in the form of SVO, subject, verb, predicate. See, children, when we start a sentence in declarative, you have to begin your declarative sentence with a capital letter. I am a teacher. You are a student. All the sentences that must be starting with a capital letter. If it is a declarative sentence, only one punctuation mark that you can use. What can be used in a declarative sentence? To end your declarative sentence, use only full stop. I request everybody to put a full stop at the end of your declarative sentence. Remember, declarative sentences are also known as assertive sentence, and also it has another name called statement sentence, and this is starting with the capital letter, and we should end our declarative sentence with the full stop. This full stop is known as period of time. Okay, we can say that this full stop, another name for the full stop is period of time. So we are ending normally our declarative sentence with a period of time with a full stop. Am I clear? Or a point of time? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me share the screen once again. And what is a declarative sentence? Remember, a declarative sentence is a sentence that makes a statement or an assertion. I do request everyone to note this. A declarative sentence is a sentence that makes a statement. I am a teacher. It is a truth that I am teaching you English grammar, right? I am your English grammar teacher, right? So this is a fact. To express a fact or to share a fact, to make a statement, I can use a declarative sentence when I speak, when I communicate, when I talk with you, right? Okay? Okay, children, I can make positive sentences like I am a teacher. You are my favorite students. Okay, so declarative sentences are sentences which we are normally using to make statements. See, children, water is precious, right? This is a statement. Water is very precious. This is a positive and a true fact, right? For living on earth, we need to drink water, right? If there is no water, no life, isn't it? So this is a fact. Sun is a star. That is also another fact, right? Moon is not a star. Moon is a satellite. That is another fact. See, Earth is a blue planet, isn't it? If you look from space, you can see Earth is in the color of a blue planet, right? So we are labeling Earth as a blue planet. So what is a red planet in that case? Adidev?
Mars.
Sian got the answer. Which planet is red in color?
Mars.
Mars. Okay, Adi. So Mars is red in color. So blue Earth is a blue planet. What is the color of milk, Adidev? Heron? Color of milk is brown?
No, ma'am.
Violet? Indigo? Blue? Green? Rainbow color? Milk is white. If you are getting milk from even a black cow, that's also white in color, right? So the milk of a cow is white in color. right? So that is a fact. Milk is white in color. That is a fact. I like juice. Okay, I like ice cream. That is a fact, isn't it? That is the truth. It is a statement. Tomorrow is a holy day. That is also a statement, isn't it?
Yes,
Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow is a holy day. Okay, we are all happy, right? Tomorrow is a holy day, isn't it? So it is a fact. It is a statement. Remember, all these sentences are starting with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. Remember this sentence, all these statement sentences, it has only one subject in it, only one predicate in it, and you can see only one finite verb. And these sentences are ending with a full stop. So let me share. Children, so a declarative sentence is a sentence that makes a statement. Earth is a blue planet. You're familiar with the rhyme Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. See, Humpty Dumpty is the subject, sat is the verb, sat on a wall is the predicate, which is starting with a capital letter and which ends with a full stop, isn't it? So this is actually a statement. So this is an example for a declarative sentence. See here, another. Can you make another declarative sentence, children? Aaron, Jomi. Aaron, could you please give me one sentence, declarative sentence, example for a declarative sentence?
I like to play. I like to play.
I like to play. You like to play what, my son?
Carom.
Caroms.
Yes.
Okay, I like to play caroms, ma'am. Okay, Ihan?
We are going to school.
Oh, isn't it? Are you coming to school? Very good. Good decision. Okay. Are you vaccinated? No. Okay. So children, listen. Listen, we are coming to school. That is also a statement. Aradhya, can you give me one example declarative? Can't you hear? Muhammad Sinan, give me an example. Abhinav Sajan, yes.
Jupiter is a planet.
Jupiter is a planet. Very good. Jupiter is a planet. All these are examples. And I'm going to make another negative sentence. Okay. I am not Savio. Then who am I? I am Miss Anju. Right? I am not Savio. This is a declarative sentence. I'm stating that I am not Savio. I am Miss Anju. Right? I, subject, am, verb, am not Savio is actually a predicate here, right? So this is a negative sentence because I have used not not to make a sentence negative. You can add not not in it. You can make non none in it. You can even write nothing nothing in it and seldom in it. So if you include these words, you can say that these words are examples for negative sentences. So I am not Savio. Then who am I? I am Miss Anju, right? So I am not Savio is a declarative sentence. It is a negative declarative sentence. But I am Miss Anju is a positive statement where I am not using not in it, right? Or any negative words in it. So declarative sentence, it declares. See, you are familiar with the word declaration, declare. What do you mean by declaration or declare? To state something. Okay, the chairman declares holiday. Right? The chairman declares holiday. The chairman is giving us a word that tomorrow is not a working day. Tomorrow is a holiday. Right? Yes or no? So these are examples for declarative sentence. Remember, children, keep this in your mind. A declarative sentence is a statement sentence. The other name for a declarative sentence is assertive sentence. Okay? Another name for declarative sentence is assertive sentence. Now, you look at here. Declarative sentences simply make a statement. Remember, we are using a declarative sentence for making a statement or a declaration, and we are just using these declarative sentences for pass on information. We are sharing information. I said milk is white, children. I'm just passing on a message that milk is all the milk wherever we get, even if it is from a brown cow, black cow, white cow, yellow cow, orange cow, blue cow, indigo cow, but the color of the milk is only white. That is an information, right? So I pass on information, right? I'm using a declarative sentence for giving you some information. I'm sharing some information with the help of, in the form of a statement. It can be positive statement, it can be negative statement. So such a sentences starting with the capital letter, ends with a full stop, which consists of only one subject, one verb and one predicate, are examples for declarative sentence. Remember, these declarative sentences are normally end with a period. Period means full stop. So now look at the structure or format, or just follow the structure when you write your declarative sentence. Remember, when you begin your, I have told you SVO is the pattern of a declarative sentence, right? So if there is a mentioning of time, that can be placed last. You can mention place first. So please note the structure of a declarative sentence. Subject comes first, followed by verb. You can write object. If there is any point of place, then you can write place after object, then comes the time. So here is one example for a declarative sentence using this structure. See, the rabbits eat the vegetables in the garden in what? In the early morning. So here the rabbits subject, eat is one verb, the vegetables object, in the garden is place, in the early morning is the mentioning of time, right? So this should be the structure of a declarative sentence. You can use SVO pattern, you can use SVOPT. SVOPT means subject, verb, object, place, time pattern. Remember, it should have only one subject in it, it should have only one verb in it, especially the finite verb, and you should have only one predicate in it. So here the rabbit is the subject, eats the vegetables in the garden in the morning is a predicate part, eat is the finite verb. So it consists of one subject, one predicate, and with one finite verb. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are the declarative sentences are clear for you?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll share once again, children. I request everybody to note the structure of a declarative sentence. When you write a declarative sentence, you can begin your declarative sentence with the subject, followed by a verb, then comes the object, then you can put the place, last you can mention the time in your sentence, and end your sentence with the full stop. Start it with the capital letter. This should be a statement. This should pass on some information. We are sharing some information with the help of a declarative sentence. Remember, declarative sentences are also known as assertive sentence or statement sentence. Okay, it can be positive and negative in form. I am not Nivedita. That is a negative statement. Then who am I? I am Miss Anju. I am your teacher. I am not your student. So I am your teacher is a positive statement sentence. I am not your student is actually a negative statement. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so under the first type of sentence simple, the first one is already completed, declarative sentence. What is the second topic? The second topic
Imperative.
under the statement, or sorry, not statement, simple sentences, imperative sentence. Are you familiar with the imperatives used in English grammar?
Yes,
Imperatives are very nice to hear. Okay, so what are
Yes, ma'am.
imperative sentences?
Yes,
In the
ma'am.
first one,
Commands.
in declarative sentence, I said we are using a declarative sentence for passing on information. We pass on information. So for what we are using this imperative?
Ma'am, request command.
First or commands.
Very good, very good. For giving instructions. Okay, statement sentence we are using for pass on information, but an imperative sentence we are using to give instructions. Okay, we can use imperative sentence for giving instructions. What are the instruction? It can be a request, it can be a command, it can be an order. Okay, it can be a kind of what?
Wish.
Advice.
Advice.
We can give advice. Okay, we can give advice with the help of imperative. What did you say, Ihan?
I said wish.
Wish. You said wish?
Yes.
Okay, so fine. Imperatives. So imperatives are, where is Aaron? Aaron Jami, you're missing my son. I can see only one chair there. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. So my dear children, please listen. Imperative sentences are the second kind coming under the first type of simple sentence. Okay, and declaratives are using for giving or to pass on information, whereas this imperative sentences we are using for giving instructions. Okay, we can make we can give a command, we can order, and we can also request someone with the help of imperative sentences, and we can advise, we can suggest something with the help of imperative sentences. So let me share the second one for you. The second kind of sentence is actually imperative sentence. Check the spelling of imperative, children. Don't make any errors. Imperative sentences. Let us see, as I have told you, this imperative sentence, it is a sentence that expresses a command, advice, order, or a polite request, and such sentences are known as imperative sentence. I said in the beginning, if it is a declarative sentence, you should begin your declarative sentence with a capital letter, right? And also I said, even if it is a declarative sentence, you can end your declarative sentence with a full stop. But if in the case of imperative sentence, remember, we can use two different punctuation mark. Okay, we can use two different punctuation mark. The first one is full stop, second one is exclamation mark. Okay, these two punctuation marks can be used with an imperative sentence. Remember, we can use a full stop with an imperative sentence. We can also end our imperative sentence with the exclamation. Okay, we can use or we can end our imperative sentence with an exclamation mark. Okay, now my question. How can we identify whether the given sentence is a declarative sentence or it is an imperative sentence? What is the structure of an imperative sentence? Okay, Muhammad Sinan, please tell me what is the structure of a declarative sentence? You said, ma'am, I'm going to write a sentence here. Okay, the structure of a declarative sentence. Okay, Sinan. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sinan, give me one example for a declarative sentence. Not audible, my son? Okay, I am moving to Anlin. Anlin Princeton. Anlin, can you please give me the structure of a declarative sentence?
It is a sentence that makes a statement or assertion.
I am facing some audio problem here, so it is not clear for me. Give me the structure first.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Anlin?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me the structure of a declarative sentence.
It is a sentence that makes a statement or assertion.
I want the structure. I don't want the definition. What is the structure of a declarative sentence? Karen, can you help Anlin for giving a structure?
Ma'am, subject plus verb, object, place, and type.
Okay, so give me one example. Suppose if the declarative sentence is, I saw a snake. Okay, if simple one, I saw a snake. This is a simple sentence because the simple sentence consists of subject, verb, object, and it is starting with a capital letter and it is ending with a full stop, isn't it? This is an example for a declarative sentence. Okay, now give me one example for an imperative sentence. Usually, when you start your imperative sentence, remember, we have to start our imperative sentence with a verb. Even if it is an imperative sentence, remember, you have to begin your imperative sentence with a verb. Example, open the door. Okay, if I write this example over here, I have to begin with open the door. This is your example for an imperative sentence. You know, this is a command. Open the door. Okay, so what is open here?
The verb.
Louder?
Verb.
Verb. So it is starting, the sentence is starting with the verb, isn't it? Open is the verb. So what is the door?
Object.
Very good. Open is the verb. The door is the object. So tell me, what is the subject of an imperative sentence? Because here
Ma'am,
the
you.
subject position is not written. So can
Ma'am,
anybody guess what is the subject of an
Ma'am, you.
imperative sentence?
Ma'am, you.
Very good, Anlin. Very good. You.
Thank you,
The
ma'am.
second person pronoun you is the subject of an imperative sentence always. And you cannot see this you all the time in your imperative sentence. And that you is actually a hidden subject. Okay. We won't write you, or we won't begin our imperative sentence with subject you. That is a hidden subject. So that we have to begin our imperative sentence with the verb. So what is the subject of an imperative sentence always, children? The subject of an imperative sentence is second person pronoun you. Okay, please note it. And this one is a hidden subject. We never mention you in our sentence, but this you is the subject of an imperative sentence also. Clear? So you can distinguish, or you can differentiate an imperative sentence from a declarative sentence because it is easy. Normally this you, the subject, is absent. Okay, that is a hidden subject, so that your imperative sentence is always starting with the verb. Okay, imperative sentence is always starting with the verb, children, and the subject of an imperative sentence is always you. Okay, this we won't mention. So let us see the structure now. Look at here, children. As I have told you, we can use two different punctuation marks in our imperative sentence. We can use exclamation mark, and we can use a full stop also. So walk to the corner. Look at here the example. Walk to the corner. This is a sentence. This is an example. This is actually a command or an order or whatever it is. And here we are starting our sentence with walk, the verb. Cross the road. Cross is a verb. Please help me. This is a request, and help is the verb. Please is a magical word, and which help us to identify this is an example for a request. So this sentence also starting with the verb. Okay, be quiet. Be is also a verb. Fetch my umbrella. So fetch is a verb. Please bring me, please bring my umbrella. Here, please actually a word, a magical word which shows this is an example for a request, and the sentence is also starting with the verb. Okay, so children, all the imperative sentences are starting with the verb. Everywhere, remember, you is the subject of the, or you, the second person pronoun, is the subject of an imperative sentence, which is always hiding. It is not mentioned. Am I clear?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think it is the right time to discuss something very important, and we'll be starting this in the next class. Okay, when you come in the next class, I request everyone to keep a chicken masala cover. Okay, a chicken masala, a packet of chicken masala with you. Everyone, or chicken masala or vegetable masala, the cover should be there with you. The packet. Okay, the packet should be with you. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
should sit with the chicken masala or vegetable masala or a curry powder packet with you, and you have to sit in the class with that packet only. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Let
ma'am.
me take
Have a nice
attendance,
day.
children. Are you going? Okay, then
No,
I'll
ma'am.
mark it. No problem. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Bye, ma'am. Have a great day.